Hey, what is up guys, this is Cobb, and the time is now to smash the crap out of the event dungeon and farm up as much pinpoint gear as you can in the next 7 weeks, because who the hell knows when this event dungeon is coming back up again. Pinpoint, one of the best sets in the game, given that it's a farmable 9-piece, like purely farmable, which is amazing for early and mid-game accounts, especially those pinpoint rings, amulets and banners. Incredible stuff. Now, we're going to be covering a budget team that you can use and abuse to farm, well, at least stage 16 of the event dungeon, all the way up to stage 20 if you've got pretty powerful nukers on your account, and even a little bit beyond. And in fact, once we get to like stage 24, 25, 26, yeah, these are the more like pay-to-win champs on my account. We're not going to be talking about those in this video. We're going to be keeping it budget for this one to at least get you farming what is the most efficient stage that you can possibly farm. If you can reach it, especially in like the early game, which is going to be stage 20, right? Stage 20 is great. It can no longer drop 4-star accessories in stage 20, and the energy cost is quite economical as well, man. So it's really darn good to farm. Is it actually the best stage that you can farm? I mean, the higher the better, obviously, but stage 20 is a great target to aim for if you're in the like early mid-game phase of your account. And speaking of early game accounts, man, if you're looking to start off a new raid account right now, then click on my beginner promo link down below at the top of the video description box to kickstart your account with a free legendary champion. And in fact, not only will you get Karate Fox Hunter, but Alice is now the login reward. She's an absolute badass. And then you can also use the beginner promo code Monkey King to get your hands on Sun Wukong as well. So it's actually a triple legendary start. And then if you've used my beginner promo code, you also get some extra epic champions as you level up your account as well. So absolutely incredible, ridiculous, obscene start really to your new raid adventure in 2025. Let's get to the dungeon team, man. And alright, so while I am going to be using stage 20 as an example in most of these clips, these champions are awakened. Oh, this isn't actually the team, by the way. This is the team right here, and a lot of these champions are interchangeable. We're going to talk about it in just a second. But yeah, a lot of these champions are awakened up. My account is about 1 year old, so if your account is just a few months old, then yeah, you're probably looking more at like stage 16, you know, to be farming stage 16 comfortably with a team lineup like this. So why does this team work? Well, one of the worst ideas that you can have is to bring all kinds of buffs into the fight against Queen of Hearts. Her passive is crazy as hell. For every 10 buffs the enemy team receives, grant this champion an extra turn, which is real bad news, especially considering her A2, which removes all buffs from your entire team, then places Deathbrand debuff, and also places a True Fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn as well, which is really bad news for you, right? You want to keep the buffs that you're bringing to a minimum, which is what we are doing with this team. In fact, the only buffs that we are bringing with this team is the most important buff, which, by the way, it doesn't have to be Old Hermit Yorg that you're using for this role, but he does bring the strong version of increase attack buff, and a little bit of 10 meter fill as well, which is a great sort of like bonus to have in his kit for this role. But you could bring Arbiter instead of Old Hermit Yorg for this role. If you're on a super shoestring budget, you could even bring Spirit Host, campaign farmable rare champ. Maybe you've leveled her up to 50 or something for use in the early game, you know. She could fulfill this role just fine. All that matters is that one of your champs has that increase attack buff. Now, next up, you want at least one champ on your team. I actually have 2 in this team, just coincidentally. But one champ on your team that's bringing the strong version of decreased defense debuff. This could, I mean, it doesn't have to be Thalesia. This could be a War Maiden. Again, another campaign farmable rare that you could bring along. War Maiden might have some issues in stage 20 with weak hits. Oh no, she actually won't. She's Force Affinity. No, War Maiden would be great. War Maiden could fulfill the role of the Thalesia just fine. The Thalesia here, though, is just a stand-in for any old nuker, because actually Deacon Armstrong also brings decreased defense as well on his A2. He can weak hit, but yeah, whatever, man, doesn't matter. Point is that basically all of the champions here are interchangeable, right? We've got the Gretel and the Genbo standing in as our 2 nukers. These could be anything, right? These could be Alice when you eventually get your hands on her in a couple of weeks, right? Or like a week from now or something. It could be Rathalos, you know? Another free login legendary from a while back. And honestly, while the Deacon is amazing in this event dungeon, he brings 10 meter fill for your team, decreased defense for the enemy, and 10 meter decrease for the enemy as well. He brings all kinds of amazing tools. I wonder if we could just build this team to be fast enough to not even need the Deacon and just throw another AoE damage dealer in there and just really nuke the crap out of them, man, because that's effectively the strat with this team. With all of these interchangeable champs that we're running, right? The Thalessi is going to come in, decrease defense on the enemy right here. The Old Helmet York comes in, boost 10 meter, we get the increased attack buff up on everybody. Good old Deacon is also going to throw in his decreased defense as well, even though it's already up. So again, this team's like not super optimal by any stretch. Doesn't have to be if your champs are like awakened up and stuff like that. The big AoE is going to come in from the Gretel, and then the Genbo is going to come in and, well, almost finish off all of the ads. And point is, if you can kill like 2 out of the 3 ads and get the other 2 on just Death's Door, you're good, right? Getting the ads dead is like the only thing that matters against this boss. She's kind of a little bit of a pushover once the ads are dead. I don't know, man. She doesn't really do a whole lot once the ads are dead, you know? She has like an ally attack skill, which is worthless if her team is dead. Her A1 is quite strong. It's an attack all that places decreased defense, but so long as you're getting dead in like a reasonable amount of time, which you will if you've got 3 or 4 big damage dealers on your team like this, then you're good to go. Most important thing, again, is not to bring too many buffs to the table. Just the increased attack if you can get away with it, and you'll do just fine. Next team, what if you don't have this many good nukers on your account? What if you're just struggling for big AoE damage dealers? You're still in the early game and you're struggling, right? Well, there are some extra options that you can put onto the table and have reasonable success. Now, this is a little bit less of an orthodox team, I guess, for taking on this dungeon, but if you do happen to have some champs in the style of Doom Priest and in the style of Vizix, you might be thinking, oh my god, man, I don't have Vizix. This is a huge waste of time. This could be a goddamn Nalhorn, okay? It doesn't matter, really. It's just any champion that brings some kind of reliable AoE crowd control, right? We're just looking to crowd control the ads for at least 1 turn, right? The boss's minions for at least 1 turn to just buy us a bit of extra time, right? Again, this is if you're lacking big AoE damage dealers, you're still in the super early game. If you've got something like something like a Nalhorn on your account, I'm choosing Vizix because I have a build. I don't actually have a booked, but I have a build. Then you can potentially throw this strategy into the ring and see how it does. We're also running Rathalos as our damage lead in this game because he has the ally attack in all dungeons. We're just going aggressive with this and just trying to get more out of the 2 nukers that we have. Again, this Thalessia could easily just be a War Maiden. My War Maiden's level 50, my Thalessi's level 60, so I'm just running the Thalessia. She does great damage as well, and so these 2 are going to be like our core damage dealers. And the final piece of the puzzle, we're also running our increased attack champion still, of course. Good old Hermit, good old Hermit Yorg. The final piece of the puzzle that we're running is we're making the fastest champion on our team a champ that can deal with the True Fear, because the boss is going to have time to get its True Fear up on our entire team while there are still ads alive, and so that could cause us all kinds of problems. Doom Priest is a great answer to this. Removes 1 random debuff from all your allies at the start of this champion's turn, and so as long as she's the fastest champ on the team, then she should get in there and cleanse off that True Fear somewhat reliably most of the time. Now, an alternative champion to Doom Priest is going to be someone who's not really budget, but good old Inquisitor Shamel, of course, attack champ, Void Epic, very good indeed. I mean, huge congratulations to you if you got this guy on your account in the early game and you're still creating like budget teams and stuff like that. But on his passive, whenever an ally receives a fear or a True Fear debuff from an enemy, this skill will instantly remove the debuff and fill the team leader's 10 meter by 15%. Yeah, Inquisitor Shamil is absolutely unbelievable. I'm jelly as hell if you've got him, especially in the early game, for like early Hydra, stuff like that. Christ, even late Hydra. I don't even have him on my main account yet, man, so sucks. Point is, whole bunch of these champs are interchangeable. Now, you will notice that across both, or maybe you did notice, and well done if you did, but across both of the teams that we've showed so far in this video, or that we're showing so far in this video, our primary damage dealers are going to be Force Affinity champions. That's because when you look at the affinities of the ads that we're up against here, it's 2 Force Affinity, and it's, oh, there's good old Romero, man, that's where he ran off to. Okay, he's also part of the beginner promo link, by the way. And the other 2 ads are Magic Affinity, meaning, yeah, Force Affinity, as much as you can on your team is going to be very good indeed. It's going to help to avoid weak hits, particularly on your big old damage dealers. And yeah, that's what we're doing. So this is how this team runs. Now, it's going to be a bit of a slower kill because we're just working with less damage on this team overall. Big decreased defense stuff is going to come out. The provoke is going to land on everybody. And that's just going to... Oh my god, Rathalos decides to just one-shot everything. God damn it, Rathalos. I'm trying to make a point about this being a slower kill time. Then he just comes out of left field and whoom. Either way, man, hopefully you notice the Doom Priest cleansing most of the true fears from the rest of the squad and keeping us moving as a well-oiled machine. And the final result now is much the same. But the point is, if you weren't able to kill all of the ads just now, then they were provoked anyway, right? So we have a little bit of extra time, so that if we were lacking damage and Rathalos wasn't such an absolute giga chad, then we'd have a bit of extra time to get the ads dead, okay? That's it. And finally, the real test. Welcome to my newbie little free-to-play account, where we don't really have a whole lot going on, but I'm a couple stages away from 16. I just don't have any artifacts on this account, man. It just is what it is, you know what I'm saying? We're like 2.5 months in or something like that on the free-to-play. We're able to clear stage 14, where our gear a little bit better, where our setup a little bit better. We'll be able to be clearing a couple stages higher and farming stage 16 with some Omega budget champs. We're running the Loki in this case for the 10 bit increase and the increase attack buff, right? He's our 50% increase attack guy. We'd also be running the Sun Wukong, the Skull Crown, and the Kale as our 3 damage dealers. And then this time it's going to be good old Tyrell, who's bringing the decrease defense action. And so this is how that team looks in action, man, with the Loki bringing the increased 10 meter build, the increased attack, all that good stuff. Big decreased defense comes out from the Tyrell, and then we're just going to drop all of our big AoE nukes, and would you know it, we actually get almost all of the ads dead here on the stage 14. As you can see, man, look, if I had more than like 80% crit damage on half of these bloody damage dealers, I actually had some artifacts to work with on this free-to-play account. Yeah, we'd be easily blasting stage 16, but, you know, if you're a couple months further into the game than me, then it should be more than achievable. Even if the boss is going to make us panic a little bit here towards the end, we are going to have enough damage to finish this one off. Oh my god, got a little bit sketchy there for a second. Hey man, that's the Skull Crown. That's the reality of like a 2-3 month old account, you know. If we would have like a good old attack banner on the Skull Crown, then we might be talking, you know, but yeah, these are the stats that we're dealing with on this account, man. So, hey, how are you guys enjoying all the updates, man? It's been crazy as hell. There's so much stuff to do. I really, really, really wanted to get involved in the fusion for the Mad Hatter on my free-to-play account. I don't even know if I'm going to have the resources to get that done, but that said, man, this epic champion is still absolutely worth getting anywhere. And so, yeah, I'm going to be blasting the early events. Are you guys going for the Mad Hatter Fusion? Let me know down below, or you just dumping everything into, well, an event here and there, but mostly the event dungeon over the coming weeks, man. Let me know what you guys are up to. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy this one. Remember that we have the best gosh darn beginner promo link going down below at the top of the video description box, man. All you got to do is click on that link, use it to create a new raid account, and get yourself a full free champion start, including a legendary Karate Fox Hunter, as soon as you create a new raid account and get done with the tutorial using that link. An insane way to kickstart your new raid adventure. Alright, thanks again, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to catch all of you guys just a tad bit later, man.